Back to the investigation with Paradise Killer. Last time, a lot of things happened. Many things. We finally got into that murder chamber. And, things sort of have been opening up. Opening up, I think. They have been. Kind of threw a few things on their head. We kind of have to figure out what all this new information means and the possibility that there might have been separate murder plots happening at the same time. We found these corridors. We examined 2 of them. It's time to do the remaining 2. Okay, we did this one, which led to the murder chamber. This one led to Witness's balcony. This one leads to Murder Boy, one of the 3 possible So, we found the demon in the murder chamber, and he has big smooth claws with council blood on them. So those claws are a potential murder weapon. Murder Boy has a smooth knife, and that had council blood on it. So his knife is also a potential murder weapon. Henry Division also had a Kiko's knife, which was smooth and had council blood on it. So that's a potential murder weapon. There are 3 potential murder weapons for this murder. Were all of them used? Or is there one murderer, or are there many murderers? Let's see where this one goes. Entrance to the council building. Takes seconds to get here from Denonagate's vault. Apparently it's Denonagate. It's kind of pronounced in the Japanese way, I guess. A conspiracy crafted from the fabric of the island. Did Carmelina's hidden killer commit the crime to end all crimes? I mean, seems like he was probably in on it. Well, here's where the 2 guards died that are not actually guards. So, okay, we know that someone snuck in from above in the maintenance hatch, but at the same time, there's also one of these corridors right here going to this same building. Let's try this one. It's not letting us through. It looks like it goes to a syndicate apartment, probably Carmelina's. That would explain how she accessed the corridors. She can visit the Nonagate's little lair anytime she needed to. This is so messed up. I wonder why it's not letting us go through there. I mean, when we speak to Carmelina, it's not in her apartment. It's at the main syndicate building, I believe. So her apartment has not been accessible up to now. Let's head back to the murder chamber. It was mentioned to me that I should probably take a look at those gates. So this is gate number 4, the one you need god flesh to get through. But it was said that the gate is broken. It's just the same text as last time. So apparently, since it's broken, we can just walk through it. That's like it has a 5 1/4 inch floppy drive? Well, in some ways, the Syndicate is really behind the times. And then just a door here. The 3rd Holy Seal. Okay, what is that? It looks like a blood lock. Starlight could take a look. A blood lock coded to council blood. To get through this, you need to have the blood of one of the council members in you. Okay, Henry had the blood of the council in his stomach. So Henry, assuming that blood got into his stomach before the murder, he could have gotten through number 3. Or presumably a sample to trick the lock with. Whose blood logged in through here? I mean, probably everyone's, really. Yeah, all the council. Expected. This lock has hardly been used since the start of the island. There's only a few instances of logins over the centuries. Every time the lock has been opened, it's been as a group, the entire council. No exceptions except recently. There are 2 anomalies here. There's an unknown blood sample that logged in last night after all the council had entered meditation. Unknown blood. This matches the blood I took from Denanigate. He was here last night. Who else entered the hallowed ground? Henry's blood was used on this lock last night. Does that put him at the scene? You'd think so, unless someone else could... I mean, it wouldn't be difficult to get a sample of Henry's blood. Anyone could have taken it, really. Henry's father was Ai's Kiwami, a council member. That gives him the council blood he'd need to open this blood lock. Okay, yeah. That is true. And one of the council logged in 2 days ago, stayed for a few minutes and left. Kafka memory. What was he doing here without the rest of the council? Maybe delivering the demon box? Maybe. The blood chiller Sam in his hidden distillery had a blood sample bottle with the letter K on it. Yeah, that is true. The bottle was scrubbed clean, but it could very well be Kafka Memory's blood. If it was, that means Sam used it 2 days ago to open this blood lock. Was he setting up the crime? I need to check with Doom Jazz. Maybe a sample is missing. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, new case opened. Let's take a look at something real quick. Kafka Memory. Was he one of the people? Oh no, he's one of the council members. Okay. He's dead in here. He's one of the people in here who is dead. So potentially someone got a sample of his blood, used it to open this, get in here, and then deliver the demon box. And apparently we were thinking that this could be opened by phone call, and probably Witness made the phone call to open the box when everyone was in here. It seems to be the idea. Possibly. But then again, there are these flower petals that match the ones on Yuri's hat. Okay, so third seal was just a blood lock. Fourth seal is you need God flesh, which not too difficult to get God flesh when there is a god on the island. And I assume this leads to the second lock. Locked from the other side. Yeah. So we never did open the second lock. Presumably you would be able to do that and then get in here without ever actually coming in from here. And then finding the scene, which so you could do it in either order. This is the order we did it in. Okay. And of course, in here we will find Murder Boy. I don't think there's anything new. Yeah, we already looked at everything in here. Not much of a home, is it? You'd think that Carmelina would have set up her son in a bit of a nicer underground bunker, and that's where we came from. All right, so let's see. Let's get out of here by going to sure. Oh yeah, that's Henry. That's the knife. That's Akiko's knife that apparently Henry stole. Right, and this is all of the blood are come from council members, 2 other blood samples, dead bodies at the top of the stairs. So 3 potential murder weapons. Maybe all of them were used. So we are at the council building right here. Let's see, where do I want to go? Just remind myself, this one over here. don't think we need to go up there. I'm trying to think of any nightmare computers that I didn't access yet, and I think there was one nightmare computer at the entrance to Syndicate HQ that was supposed to log in visitors, that I think when we went there the first time that we weren't able to unlock it. I'm not sure if I'm remembering that correctly. Okay, this place we haven't gotten into. We have to figure out how to sneak into there. That's something else we need to do, but it's not something we've done yet. So we were assuming that if we were able to sneak into these barracks, that we might be able to find the people who were supposed to be the guards that were on duty. Because we figured that they're not actually dead. The guard is not going to let me in. The guard says I need to take it up with Akiko. But, I mean, I've tried talking to Akiko, and, like, the subject just never came up. Like, I figured that maybe we would ask her about it if we went to talk to her, but it did not happen. So just, you know, casing the perimeter here of the barracks. Let's see if there's anything we need to know about. I can see a guard down there. Now, hold on, there's a money. We need to get the money. Of course we need to get the money.
Those crystals obtained.
The back of the barracks. Oh, it's just right here? Alright, we're on the roof. Apparently there's a hatch up here. Let's go to pyramids.
Nightmare computer unlocked.
Alright, down we go. And there are guards down there. Hey, how's everyone doing? This is a restricted area. Get out of here, freak. I'm the investigator appointed by the judge. Look, I have authority over this whole island. Oh, they're kicking us out. Get out! Stay out, freak. I need to find a way in there. Truths may be hidden in the barracks. Well, fortunately, we did find a way in there. You'd think, considering how much they value their security, that they would do something about that hatch up there. Well, let's see what else we can find. See, not even closing it. Well, there are two in there. I don't know how close I would be for them to just say, to notice me. Okay, very, very far, actually. It is very far. They are not like Metal Gear Solid guards with very narrow cones. They actually can. They actually can see like regular people. I am insulted that I was running and jumping around, and somehow they noticed that. Is it supposed to be that easy to get past this gate? You'd think it's not. Barracks are sealed unless you're a marshal. Well, then maybe I just have to become a marshal then. Look, we're starting to become friends with Akiko, right? Maybe we could just say, hey! Could use another marshal, maybe? Might as well do one of these to see if there's anything to find up here. Doesn't seem like anything immediately close by. Maybe something on that over there. Well. And that just might just be a save thing. Probably is. So the barracks are kind of the remaining big area that we haven't been in. Or at least we've been in it, but they kick us out if we go in. We have to gain the authority to be able to stick around in there, which technically we do have. The guards are not acknowledging that. I don't think there was really anything we needed at the Deep Factory. I don't remember anything yet anyway. There's Doom Jazz.
Dr. Ninja.
Let's talk about death screams. What about death screams? Could they cause an adrenaline burst? Maybe, but I don't know how you'd weaponize a death scream. Oh, doctor, do we have news for you? What about one of these? Ding! Strange device. It looks like it records death screams. Is that a directional speaker? It is. How would you record a death scream? You could record the brain activity using electrodes. This device looks like it has a crystal in it. Some crystals are capable of recording emotions. The death scream gets written to that, and upon stimulation, the crystal would output the scream. It's a one-shot use, though. You can see that the crystal is burnt out. I could never experience the death screams as I'm not a sufferer. I presume you want my opinion, though? The demon that possessed Henry is attuned to psychic energy. This could have been used to agitate it. Handy if you wanted to turn Henry into a weapon. It would be. Alright, Grace Bloodlines. So she died 10 years ago, and we were thinking that maybe Henry didn't actually do it, that maybe Akiko might have had a motive to do it. You examined Grace Bloodlines when Henry killed her, right, Doc? A nasty one for sure. Was there anything odd about the scene or the victim? You mean odd for a case of demonic possession? I didn't get to examine the scene for long. Akiko was in a rush to contain the area. I wonder why. And it was a pretty open and shut case. The markings on Grace were pretty strange, though. In what way? Henry's other victim, his mother, had the same sigils scorched into her skin as Henry. Grace had those sigils, but they weren't scorched. They look like they have been carved with a blade. The demon inside Henry burns with a cosmic fire, and Henry's victims receive the same branding. So if he killed the council, they'd all carry the sigils? Depends on how he did it. I don't have a lot of evidence to support this, but I expect the sigils to only be scorched on victims he had sustained close contact with. A cut and run probably wouldn't do it, but a strangulation would. I should mention that I would expect the inhibitors to prevent or limit the scorching of those sigils into victims. So why were Grace's sigils cut into her? I wrote it off to the madness of demonic possession. We don't know a whole lot about this kind of thing, so I figured he'd carved them himself as some kind of ritual. I can't say for sure, though. Maybe we could say for sure, though. Thanks for your help, Doc. All right. Things not looking too good for Akiko in more than one way. Who opened the third seal? Council blood? Doc, the third holy seal's a bloodlock coded to council blood. Makes sense. Who's got council blood? Is this a trick question, Loved Eyes? Only the council. What if that wasn't true? Are you asking if someone secretly has council blood? That's a stretch, Loved Eyes. What about you? Do you keep samples of council blood? I do, for medical reasons. They're locked down, though. Could someone have taken one? They're under high security. Anything suspicious recently? Nope. Anyone been in your clinic who shouldn't be in there recently? Nope. Although I did catch Sam in there. He was just picking up his prescription, though. Okay. Sam has been in there recently. Can you check that the council blood samples are all accounted for? Let me just pull up the inventory on my phone. Sorry, the app is taking ages to load. That's odd. There's one missing, but the security alarm didn't go off. Whose sample is missing? Kafka Memories. There's an anomaly with Kafka's login to the bloodlock. This is bad, Loved Eyes. You don't need to tell me. This puts you and or Sam at the scene. Ding. I had nothing to do with this. A blood sample from your clinic was found on the seal. You found Sam snooping in your clinic. Maybe he took the sample and used it. Well, it sure as hell wasn't me. Why don't we know who Henry's father is? You mean, why wasn't that tracked like every other birth? Yes, you're the doctor after all. When she gave birth, she said she didn't know who the father was. What about DNA? The test came up blank. Isn't that concerning? Very. Not a lot I can do, though. Why would a DNA test come up blank? We miss someone and don't have them recorded? I don't think this is important, Loved Eyes. I'm not sure how this relates to the council murder. What if someone deliberately kept the birth a secret? Why would they do that? Someone having an affair they shouldn't be? It's a possibility, but they need some high-level clearance for that. Or access to you. That's quite the accusation, investigator. I think Ai's Kawami is Henry's father. What? The blood samples match. The only place you could have gotten a sample of Kawami's blood is from his grave. You broke into my best friend's grave to get a blood sample? You desecrate the resting place of someone I consider a brother to run around with some conspiracy theory? We're done here. I like you, investigator, and I'll help you with any genuine lines of inquiry you have, but I won't tolerate this. Well, just shutting down that line of conversation. Let's talk about the fourth Holy Seal. What do you know about the fourth Holy Seal? Not a thing, Loved Eyes. Council secrets and all that. Okay, well, yeah, he probably wouldn't. Know anything about demons on the island? What are you talking about, Loved Eyes? The marshals killed them all, didn't they? Apparently that's what he thinks. How about we hang out? Got a sec, Doc? Back for more real talk? Hit me. Nothing lasts forever except the certainty of change. Quoting philosophy now? Please, some song on a skeet punk compilation. Let's be nostalgic for trip hop. You were into trip hop last time I was on an island. I like to mix it up, keep it fresh. One of the citizens we abducted from the real world had it with him. Sludge core? So what else you into? Sludge core? Whatever I can get my hands on. This kid had quite the CD collection on him. Four Knuckle, Crap Down, Sound Year. Oh man, I love Crap Down. You'd think a mass of oppressed citizens would mean there was more punk music on the island. Not allowing them access to instruments or any real means of creativity probably hinders that. Why do you think there are so many murders in the apartments? Montserrat always said you can't build pyramids without slaves. We've got enough pyramids. I agree. Catch you later, Doc. Ding. Well, I guess that's all we're getting from the doc. So one important piece of information that we got is that Sam was here recently, and he could have potentially taken that blood sample. And we are already suspecting Sam. Another thing that was a bit of a mystery, though, was the doc's door here, the back door to the clinic, which is not covered by the logs, but because the door log is broken. So we don't know who came in and out of this. I don't think there's anything else we can do with this. Let's see something. I mean, we got explanation points over every character here. Hold on. I'm gonna go up this elevator, but there's a thing over there. I guess it's a money. It's probably a money. And we have to get the money. Almost made it.
Respawning.
Well, maybe we can get that money another time. All right. Well, we were not able to get into the barracks. Well, we did get into the barracks, but they keep throwing us out. Let's see. Who's close by? Sam's pretty close by. So is Lydia. So is Crimson. These might be people we want to talk to. Let's head this wise. In the general direction of Lydia and Crimson. We accessed this one, didn't we? Yeah, we already cracked that one. Is that Crimson's door over there? I think it is. Been a little while since we spoke with her. Surely she must have some secrets she could sell us.
Crimson hunted.
Mm-hmm. Talk about the murder of Grace Bloodlines. Do you know anything about One Last Kiss? Is that her name? She's good at hiding herself, but I've seen her. You know who she is? I figure some kind of spirit. I don't know who she was in her former life, though. What do you know about the murder of Grace Bloodlines? Completely unrelated. Ah, that makes sense. I've got something good. Are you buying? I have many monies to spend on secrets. Ooh, nice crystals. Do you think it's strange that Carmelina went to the exorcism? Seems like a dangerous situation for the architect. Very. There was a reason, though. Some syndicate members use encryption and messages to each other. There's a lot of politics and scheming on the islands, after all. I monitor any communications that I can. The network traffic is mostly boring, but sometimes someone forgets to encrypt something. While Carmelina was heading to Henry's apartment with Grace, she messaged Akiko and told her to step out of the room when Grace was doing the exorcism. Okay, so maybe Carmelina was the murderer and not Akiko. Her so-called lapse in procedure was planned? Sure was, lady. Sounds like a plot to me. My work is never done. Have you got a copy of this message? Uh-huh. They realized the mistake and scrubbed their phones afterwards, so don't be able to confirm this with their phones. Besides, it was 10 years ago. Everyone got a Masahiro upgrade since then. The mystery of the dead killer demon. Crimson, you got the inside track on demons on the island? You mean Shinji? Let's start with Shinji. Okay, so someone else knows about Shinji. He's a little arsehole, but he's harmless. You've met him? Why hasn't he been captured? He's weak. He has to choose when and where to physically manifest himself, so he's avoided capture. You've not reported him? He's helped me with a few things. He's seen things I haven't. The island's going to end. He's too weak to do anything, so where's the harm? Could he have killed the council? No way. He has limits. He can barely hold physical objects. His weakened astral body conflicts with our reality. What about other demons? On the island? I assume the marshals got them all after the Henry incident. Let's talk about other demons. So you're not aware of any other demons on the island that might have gotten into the council penthouse last night and redecorated it in a nice shade of viscera. Hypothetically. What do you know about secret demonology labs? You mean the one in the dead zone coded to witness in Carmelina's blood vials? Good work, lady. I've been in it, but I don't know how it was kept a secret. I think it was an old panic room Carmelina designed into the island. I've never been in there, but I realized Witness was up to something a while back. He managed to keep it a secret from everyone else, but I have ways of finding things out. Why did he start down this dark path? Witness wants to understand why Paradise fails. The fail point is demonic corruption. It rots the islands and causes the end of a paradise. I need to find out more. Well, let's talk about the third seal. Many things we could ask about the third seal. Do you know anything about the third holy seal? I know that it'll cost you. All right, let's spend a crystal. Nice doing business with you. It's a blood lock. How do you know that? I have my ways. Someone let it slip. Who? Aiz Kiwami. What made him tell you? That will always be my secret. Who else knows? Who can say? May the gods carry him through the cosmos, but he was easy to manipulate. Yeah, we've heard that before. You'd get him drunk and he would start talking. He had a weakness for women and easily gave into cosmic fear. Same. Who knows who talks to who on this island? Who knows what secret meetings happen in quiet rooms? Who knows what gets said when someone has the fear of the gods put into them? Well, that narrows it down. Do you know anything about how the council entered the penthouse? If I knew the secrets of the seals, we wouldn't be doing this dance. I don't mean the seals, I mean, how do they go in and out frequently? Are they in there every day? The penthouse is reserved for special business. It takes a lot to get the council to go in there. Big building to hardly ever be used. Montserrat loves his concrete. He wanted something large and imposing, something to reach the heavens without the audacity of Babylon. Why not build it on the mountain if he wants to reach to the heavens? The mountain is reserved for holy grounds. The temple is carved into it. You don't argue with the high priestess. Anyway, Montserrat decided that the council would only enter the penthouse together. His paranoia was growing unabated. Do you know he always carried a gun? Well, yes, we did find out about that. The old Montserrat never used to do that. So it would be weird if I have evidence of a council member entering by themselves 2 days before the murder. If a council member did, they'd be going directly against our leader. Risky move. None of us are privy to everything that happens with the council, so I can't say for sure. I haven't heard anything about council members disobeying him, though. If that's the evidence you got, something is definitely suspicious. Got any product that relates to Henry's father? Digging into the past, lady? Is there truth in the midst of time? Investigator investigates. The third holy seal is a blood lock that requires council blood. I need to know where Henry got that blood from. Well, we can kind of guess at this point. Henry's father is an odd one, isn't he? The Syndicate controlled this island, the citizens monitored like cattle. This slipped through, though. I've been trying to find out the answer myself. I don't like unknowns. I haven't got much, but I do have something to sell. Okay. Nice doing business with you. I've got records of some private financial transactions between Rena Division and Eyes Kiwami. What kind of transactions? Eyes was giving her money. Henry was born 27 years ago, right? These transactions date back to 27 years and 5 months ago. And I thought you were an investigator. Why would a powerful council member be giving personal money in secretive transactions to a female citizen 5 months before her only child was born? Oh. Well, I already figured that out, though. Who could modify birth records on the island? What kind of modification? Redactions. Scrub the identifiers. Doom Jazz is the one that fills in and signs off on the birth records. If it was done at the time, it would have been him. Have you got redacted records? Jealous? Curious how you have them and I don't. I poked around in an apartment. Don't be coy. If you want help, tell me more. Eyes Kiwami. Well, there's the link. Him and Doom Jazz are tighter than tight. If Eyes put his dick where it shouldn't have and needed to hide it, Doom Jazz could have helped. Is there a way I can prove who tampered with the records? Not likely. Why did Eyes take his own life? I see your train of thought. We don't know. He jumped from the roof of the HQ. Foul play? No, there were witnesses. Surely you have some suspicions. I think he made some mistakes and realized how much trouble he was going to be in. I think he had let too many secrets slip and been in too many people. There are only so many indiscretions you can hide. And if you want some free advice, don't talk to Doom Jazz about this. He owed Eyes his life, and he won't appreciate you prying. Yeah, we found out about that. I have a job to do. I know, it's just advice. Did you see the architect last night? I heard she was hanging out with Witness last night. You should ask her. Seems odd. Not much on that. What do you know about the Fourth Holy Seal? It's an open secret that it requires some kind of godliness to get through. An open secret? Word got out a while back. From who? Not sure. Just kind of bubbled up. Someone probably got loose-lipped after a drink. So everyone in the Syndicate would know how to breach it? Not the specifics, but if anyone says they don't know anything about it, they're lying. Trying to cover their asses now you're here. Time to uncover some asses. Hell yeah. Go get him, Tiger. Let's hang out. Got time for a chat, Crimson? Tell me about your blessing. The 19th Island incident? It was a weird island from the beginning. Strange feeling in the air. Like it was a powder keg waiting to go. About 2 centuries into it, the demonic invasion happened. Think it was a setup? You mean by the Syndicate? A conspiracy? I don't think so. We discovered an Eden cult in the apartments. They'd convinced themselves a passing comet was the god. They were amateurs, but managed to reach out into space. The demons flooded in. This keeps happening. How does this keep happening? Why don't we ever manage to prevent this? It's a good question. Try as you might, you can't stop insurrection in a society. The Syndicate never learn. If you mass abduct a population and enslave them, they're going to act out. Yeah, almost like this is a failure of a society, maybe. And, you know, maybe just the government had to go. That's the secret to Perfect 25. Carmelina and Masahiro came up with psychic retardant material for the buildings. Okay, the buildings are made with material that is anti-psychic power. So no demon invasions. None. You're never going to stop citizens reaching out to the gods. The islands have to be able to withstand it. So you fought the fight and got blessed? Not just a pretty face, lady. Akiko and her marshals were pinned down at the temple. I held the line at the council building. Akiko's never forgiven me. She was convinced the demon general would go for the temple. I believed otherwise. After the battle, the gods blessed me, and I got this new head. Story time's over, lady. Be glad I didn't charge you for this. Go save Paradise instead of hanging around in the sewer. I'll be back for another story. Ding. So we bought Starlight upgrades. She sells skins, but I'm not really interested in selling my money for skins. Alright, well, at least we know why the 25th island is supposed to be perfect. Like, we never got an answer as to why. What does it mean to be perfect? So now we know. The perfection just has to do with the buildings being made out of material that is anti-psychic power, which, I don't know. I don't know if that's perfection. I feel like there's still the possibility of, things not being... things going badly and needing a new island. I don't think this guarantees it's the final island just because of the fancy building material. There's Lydia up there. We've been finding out a number of things, and Lydia might have some things she needs to answer for. So let's see how she reacts to that.
Did you get a day break?
Many things. Sorry to ask this, Lydia, but I need you to tell me about the last job you did. You mean moving us to the next island? No, the regime change in Europe before the Syndicate. Who the hell told you about that? Wait, it was acid, wasn't it? What does this have to do with the council murder? The murder has all the hallmarks of a regime change. Give me a break, LD. Me and Sammy were assassins. We did assassin shit. It was the last job we had to do to buy our freedom. That was millennia ago, a different epoch. It had nothing to do with last night. Had to ask. No, you didn't. Well, I mean, we have to ask a lot of things. Talk about Yuri, who was supposedly in contact with Lydia because Yuri would have been supervising her as she moved people to the next island. What can you tell me about Yuri and what he was doing last night? I was talking with him all night. He was my handler for the pickups. Pickups? You know, LD, the move to the next island? The islands exist in separate pockets of reality, so we just can't hop on a boat trip over there. We have to go through the Paradise Gates, get our trans-dimensional travel on. Masahiro Heavy Industries built this car to do it. It's the only thing on the island that can go through the gates, and I'm the ferrywoman. On the night an island ends, I wait for Syndicate members to report to Yuri that they're done with their duties. Yuri calls me and arranges a pickup. I grab them and take them through the gates to the new island. You're in contact with him all night? Well, there was a time when I couldn't contact him. When we go to the Paradise Gates, I checked in with him to confirm the warm-up sequence started, but I couldn't get through to him. Any idea why? Is it unusual? It has happened a couple of times before. The reality folding drive sometimes causes it. Just odd it happened last night of all nights. I checked his phone records at a comms tower. His phone went dark last night. Think he was up to something? It's one of the possible truths. Alright, looks like we're going to start talking about maybe those tire tracks. But first, let's ask about the first SEAL marshals. Do you know anything about the murder of the marshal guards outside the council building? Not a thing, LD. I was working last night. Why are your tire tracks on the penthouse? LD, that wasn't from last night. When was it then? A couple of weeks ago, I went up there to think, the sunset looks so good up there. Well, it seemed like there was more going up there than just looking at the scenery. The penthouse is off limits. You were trespassing. You've changed, LD. What happened to the devil-may-care attitude? Besides, the penthouse is the most secure building on the island. I couldn't get in if I wanted to. You know, secure except for that one maintenance hatch. Somebody got in. Often go climbing, a new hobby. Never been one for physical pursuits. You know that, LD. So the rappelling gear I found near tire tracks from your car on the roof of the council building doesn't belong to you. Can't say it does, LD. Sorry I can't be of more help. Well, not much information there. What do you know about the second seal? It's a secret, LD. I've never been through that big door in the council building. Well, the space helmet is further down on the list. Let's talk about tire tracks. What are your tire tracks doing up on the cliff overlooking the obstacles? Why do you want to know, LD? They hold the secret to the second holy seal, and I found tire tracks putting you there. LD, I got all over the island. It's a nice view there. So you didn't go there to access the obelisks? Nope. Let's talk about the message from Witness. What's going on with the message Witness sent you with the key for the beach obelisks? What message, LD? The Moon database has a backup of your tablet. There's a message from Witness with a file attached that's the key to using the obelisks. Is that what that was? I got a message, and as soon as the mail client opened, it crashed out and the tablet died. The tablet was straight dead after that. Did you take it to get it looked at? Nah, LD, it was a few days ago. We all get new tablets on the next island, and my phone still works, so I could still do my job. That's your statement? Sure is, LD. I don't know about the file or key or whatever it was. Okay, so apparently she never actually read the email. You often like to dress up in space helmets? What are you talking about, LD? I found a space helmet that smells of your perfume. A space helmet? Why is that on the island? You need one to get through the second holy seal. Did you use it to go through the seal? I've never seen a space helmet, never mind more one. And why does it smell of your perfume? The perfume that only you wear. It's your very unique perfume. No idea, LD. Someone planted it as evidence? You said your perfume is a unique blend only you know the recipe for. How could someone else have planted it? Sorry, I can't help you, LD. Well, nothing to say. The idea that maybe someone was planting evidence to incriminate her? I think I mentioned this before, but I think the idea of planting evidence only really makes sense if someone knew that this case would be investigated. And it seemed like most people were surprised that Judge actually called Lady Love Dies to investigate the case instead of just saying that Henry did it. So if there was evidence planted, that person would have to have known there was going to be an investigation, I would assume. The Grand Marshal last night. Did you see the Grand Marshal last night? Sorry, LD, I didn't see Akiko-chan. Is that what you call her? Have you asked her about it? Yeah, we've asked her about it. And we are not on such terms with her that we can call her Akiko-chan. Did you see the architect last night? I didn't see her, LD. Was waiting for the call to pick her up. I heard she was at Witness's apartment, if that helps. That is true. She was there. Did you see Crimson last night? Have you asked her yourself, LD? I didn't see her last night. Yeah, according to her, she was in her sewer home the whole time, but no one was there to corroborate that alibi. Did you see the doctor last night? DJ said, well, I mean, we don't call him DJ either, said he was in his clinic all night. Have you asked him? We have asked him. Is there anything else you can tell me about Henry's movements last night? For real, LD? You need to speak to Akiko. You've done so. Witness's alibi. Did you see Witness to the End last night? He's usually in his apartment. I heard Carm went to see him, though. That's correct. Henry's escape. What do you know about the escape last night? You read the report, LD? That's all I know. You'd have to ask Akiko-chan yourself. And there are holes in that report, though, of course, Akiko says that our information on the computer is just wrong. Just wrong. Henry's possession. What do you know about Henry's demonic possession 10 years ago? Henry caused the demons to corrupt this island, LD. You seen the Dead Zone? It's a nightmare rift we're not allowed into. I've seen it. If you're looking for more answers, try in there. There were a few answers in there, yes. Fourth Holy Seal. What do you know about the Fourth Holy Seal? I don't know, LD. The Holy Seals are kept secret. Well, yes, technically that is true. Technically. What do you know about the murder of Grace bloodlines? Not a thing, LD. That's completely feasible that she wouldn't know. Know anything about demons on the island? Not a thing, LD. Didn't the marshals kill them all during the Henry incident? That's the official story, yes. Do you know anything about the third holy seal? Can't tell you, LD. It's all a secret. All right. That's all we can... So not getting a whole lot from her. We asked her about the space helmet and the tire tracks and the tablet, but she's just denying everything. Which, I mean, sure, if she says no to everything, there's really nothing else we can do about that. Let's hang out. Let's go for a drive, LD. Your jacket doesn't smell too bad. Thanks? Well, ain't you a charmer, LD? Yes, I'm always flattered when someone tells me my clothes don't smell too bad. Ever thought about replacing it? You're out of your mind. You never replace a battle jacket. It becomes part of your life, part of you. It's been millennia, and it'll be millennia more. What are you painting at the moment? Abstract stuff. This island has existed for centuries. What does it mean to me? That kind of thing. Yeah, we want to see her paintings. I like to see them. Might learn something more about you. I'll paint something that represents you, LD. What represents me? I'm thinking about it. It must be a hard island to paint. Why? Well, island is unsettled. This island is unsettled. You can feel it. Nothing's right. I hear you. This place needs to end. It's needed to for a while. The beach okay again, LD? Perfect. Ding. LD, I have something I think... Oh, is it time to probe Lydia? Let's probe. Something you want to tell me? It's probably nothing, LD. Nothing is probably something. K-Man is missing, right? Yeah, he sure is. Sorry, Hicks. Yeah, missing. He is. This probably has nothing to do with it, but I liked hanging with K-Man, so I want to tell you. The other day, Yuri started freaking out in the HQ. Totally went off in one of his... Really, Yuri? Freaking out? He seems like he has everything so together. You wouldn't imagine that. How does this relate to Kahix? He was looking for his ring. It's a nice ring that he commissioned from Kahix. Is it a blue ring? This ring by any chance? Yeah. That's the one, LD. That big blue sapphire looks good, right? It catches the light. Yeah, it catches the light. Looks like the ocean. Where'd you find it? Sorry, Lydia. Investigator secret. I guess this is... We haven't mentioned this one to anyone. We found it early on, but we have not mentioned to anyone that he's dead. Why was he yelling at the assistant? Yuri was lashing out. He lost the ring and was going berserk about it. Do you think this is relevant? I want to help K-Man, you know? I think it is. Thanks, Lydia. May your specter gaze upon a star, and may you reach the moon. Well, K. Hicks was grasping this ring in his hand very tightly, and so if Yuri was freaking out that he couldn't find where it went... Where is he, by the way? Well, we're starting to head towards Sam. Maybe that's a good direction to go in. He was freaking out about... the reason he couldn't find it. Well, maybe that's the reason. That he lost it in a very inappropriate place. Oh, Shinji. Hey, Shinji. Can I ask you a personal question? It's been a while since I felt this particular kind of stomach-churning dread. Where did you take a dump in the Idlelands? I didn't see a toilet up there. You don't need to. It's a special, wonderful kind of punishment. You get put into a kind of suspended animation where certainly bodily functions aren't needed, but you're still fully conscious. So you're forced to have eternal solitude without even having the luxury of a good bathroom break. Man, I hate the Syndicate. Well, I'm glad that we learned that particular piece of information about Lady Lovedeyes' exile. It's the final puzzle piece. Everything's coming together now. It's way up there. It's there. I mean, I guess we could have... I was passing by the dead zone. We could use that to get up there. I forget if there was an if we go through here, was there an elevator to get up there? There might be. Let's go through here. I was, when he mentioned that there was no bathroom up in Lady Lovedeyes' exile apartment, I was wondering if maybe she just, did it over the side, and hopefully, if anyone's down there, well, it's on them, literally. Well, I mean, now it's this way, so let's head up this way. That did not work so well. Oh, a money. There's a money. I saw a money. We need to get the money. So when we spoke to Sam, he really didn't have too much to tell us. He was just kind of freaking out about us suspecting him, and he said that witness gave him the god flesh to hold on to. But we now have a bit more to ask him, but does that mean we'll actually get any more information out of him, or will he just be freaking out about it? Don't know. Hey, Sam.
Sam, daybreak.
Talk about the third seal. We're talking about snooping in the clinic. What were you doing in Doom Jazz's clinic, Sam? Were you snooping? What do you mean, investigator? Doom Jazz told me he's seen you sneaking around his clinic. We all must be deliberate with words, mustn't we? The wrong word choice can darken truth and cast a false light on conspiracy, can't it? Yes. I have a prescription I need to get from the doctor. Prescription? After Lydia killed me on the battlefield and my body refused to die, I lived on in this form. I think it suits me, don't you? Unfortunately, it has been quite debilitating. A few sequences ago, I began to require regular blood infusion. Let's ask about the blood source. Where do you get the blood? It's all ethically sourced from Doom Jazz and approved by the council. Oh, well, I guess that's okay then. Every citizen lets blood as part of their worship, and some of that comes my way. Helping the Syndicate is helping the gods, right? Please check with Doom Jazz. He'll cooperate my story. You didn't happen to break into a secure container and take a vial of council blood, did you? That's not something I would do, is it? Why would I need to do that? It would be if you were trying to breach the Holy Seals. Are you accusing me, LD? We'll see. Accuse. Know anything about an unauthorized distillery in the dead zone that just happens to be connected to your bar through an underground tunnel? Ah. The dead zone has an aura. The structure of the island is corrupted there. It gives whiskey a unique taste. Surely the whiskey is tainted as well. It's quad filtered. The flavor is there, but the taint is removed. It's clean. You should try some. There is absolutely no taint in my whiskey. It just has the essence of taint. I know it's illegal, but how many times do you get to have whiskey blended in a demonic hot zone? I needed to know. You understand, right? I found a chiller containing a blood vial at your little distillery. What? What chiller? Don't test me. Why is the label scratched off? That's not my business, is it? That vial came from Doom Jazz, didn't it? The doctor? It's for my prescription. Is he saying that Doom Jazz gave him council blood for his blood prescription? The blood vial in your chiller has the letter K on the label where the first name would be. Kafka Memory's blood sample is missing from Doom Jazz's clinic, and you were seen snooping in there. Is there an accusation anywhere in there, LD? Do you know what the Holy Seals are? They're a secret, aren't they? How would I know? One is a blood lock. Several days ago, that blood lock was opened by Kafka Memory. I'm sure a council member had business in the council building, didn't they? I like how he says every sentence as a question. Montserrat decided that the council should only ever enter the penthouse as a group. I think you used that blood sample to gain access to the penthouse. Why would I do that? Are you denying it? Of course I am. I didn't know what the third seal was until just now, did I? I never said it was the third seal. You did, didn't you? No, I was careful not to. Thanks, Sammy. Ding. Alright, so he did give something away. He knew it was the third seal, not just any seal. Know anything about demons on the island? There shouldn't be any demons on the island, should there? There shouldn't be, no. Hey, well, now that you've given away that you're in on the conspiracy, let's hang out. Fancy a drink? You know me? This is my other blend LD, Vortex. I trust neat is okay. This one is a punchier taste. That sure hits you. I don't serve this to many guests. They find it too much. It's harder to appreciate, but you understand, don't you, LD? Do you miss being an assassin? Death doesn't interest me anymore, LD. But it was your calling for so long. Being an assassin hurts too many people. I have a new calling, a new craft. Can't you see? Do you miss the Paradise Psycho unit? Every day, being an investigator completes me. That's how I feel, LD. Serving the right drink can change a life. That's better than taking a life, isn't it? If someone didn't take a life, I wouldn't be here having this conversation. Ah, that's true, isn't it? I have enjoyed our conversations, LD. I hope the rest of your investigation proceeds smoothly. Is this our last chat? I'm afraid I need to say goodbye to this bar one last time. So many memories. It's been a pleasure, Sam. Take care, won't you, LD? Always. Okay, so you can... There is like a certain number of hangout sessions. Maybe, I guess we're at the max level with him. First time we've gotten to a max level with someone. May you always live in the shadow, and may you reach the moon. Well, even though we're max level with him, well, he is very suspicious. He did give away some information that he did not intend to. If Lydia knows something, she was much better at actually keeping it a secret, whereas Sam panics very easily. Well, we have learned a few pieces of information here and there. Where the blood came from for the third seal. It seems like Sam was in on it. Possibly Doom Jazz? Doom Jazz is very, he denied being part of it, and he really didn't give anything away. So, question is, did Sam take the blood vial from Doom Jazz's clinic, or did Doom Jazz actually just give him the clinic? Sorry, not the sample. Either way, that does seem to be how the third seal was broken. The only one that we know of that could have broken the second seal is Lydia, but she completely just shut everything down that we tried to ask her, so I don't know. Well, I think right now we're going to take a break and just think things over, and we'll be back with more Paradise Killer.